How the Amish preserve meat for years without any modern technology. Picture this. Your refrigerator breaks down tomorrow and won't be fixed for months. Panic sets in as you think about all that expensive meat going bad. But what if I told you there's an entire community that's been thriving without electric refrigeration for centuries? The Amish have turned meat preservation into an art form, using techniques so effective they could make your high-tech appliances look primitive. These time-tested methods aren't just about survival. They actually enhance flavor in ways that modern freezing simply can't match. When I first tasted properly cured Amish ham, I was blown away. The depth of flavor, the perfect texture, the way it seemed to improve with age rather than deteriorate. It was a revelation that challenged everything I thought I knew about food storage. Long before refrigeration existed, salt was literally worth its weight in gold. Ancient Roman soldiers received salt as payment. Imagine getting your paycheck in seasoning. The Amish understand this precious mineral's true power better than anyone. They don't just sprinkle salt on meat, they perform what can only be described as a preservation ritual. The process begins with careful selection of meat cuts. Every surface gets thoroughly coated with coarse salt, creating a protective barrier that draws out moisture, bacteria's best friend. This isn't casual seasoning, it's strategic warfare against spoilage. The salt penetrates deep into the meat fibers, fundamentally changing its structure while creating an environment where harmful microorganisms simply cannot survive. What's remarkable is how this ancient technique actually improves taste. The salt doesn't just preserve, it concentrates flavors, creating a richness that frozen meat never achieves. It's like the difference between a watercolor painting and an oil masterpiece. Both are art, but one has depth the other can't match. While salt lays the foundation, smoke builds the fortress. The Amish smoking process transforms preservation into culinary artistry. Walk through an Amish farmstead and you'll see hams, sausages, and bacon hanging from rafters like edible treasures, each one carefully tended through the smoking process. This isn't your backyard barbecue smoking. It's precision engineering using wood, heat, and time. Different woods create different flavor profiles. Hickory for that classic smokehouse taste, apple for subtle sweetness, cherry for a mild fruity note. The Amish know exactly which wood pairs with which meat, creating combinations that would make professional chefs weep with envy. The science behind smoking is fascinating. The combination of heat and smoke compounds creates a hostile environment for bacteria while simultaneously dehydrating the meat. Properly smoked meat can last up to a year without any refrigeration, maintaining both safety and incredible flavor. It's like having a time machine for your dinner, meat that gets better with age. Here's where things get interesting. The Amish discovered that sugar isn't just for desserts. Sugar curing combines the preservative power of salt with sugar's moisture-drawing properties, creating something magical. This technique is particularly popular for hams and bacon, producing that perfect sweet-savory balance that makes breakfast feel like a celebration. The process requires precise ratios. Too much sugar, and you've got candy-coated meat. Too little, and you lose that distinctive sweetness. The Amish have perfected these proportions through generations of trial and refinement. The sugar works alongside salt to create an even more effective preservation environment while adding complexity to the flavor profile. Sugar-cured bacon is a revelation. It's sweet without being cloying, salty without being overwhelming, and it keeps for months in proper storage. The first time you taste it, you'll wonder why anyone settles for regular bacon. It's like discovering color television after watching black and white your whole life. Vinegar might seem like an unlikely preservation hero, but its acidity creates a fortress against bacterial invasion. The Amish use vinegar brines for sausages, fish, and various meat cuts, creating products with distinctive tangy flavors that wake up your taste buds. This method involves creating carefully balanced brines using different vinegar types: apple cider for sweetness, white vinegar for clean acidity, combined with herbs and spices. The acidic environment penetrates the meat, preserving it while infusing complex flavors that develop over time. Ancient civilizations knew vinegar's power. Egyptian pharaohs used it for food preservation. Roman legions carried vinegar-preserved foods on long campaigns. The Amish simply perfected what humanity has known for millennia. That acid is bacteria's enemy and flavor's friend. Modern society has demonized lard, but the Amish know better. Rendered animal fat creates an airtight seal that preserves cooked meat for months. This technique involves slowly melting fat until it becomes liquid gold, then pouring it over cooked meat to create an impenetrable barrier. The process is surprisingly elegant. Fat is cut into small pieces and heated slowly until it renders into clear liquid. This lard is then poured over cooked meat in containers, creating a seal that keeps air and bacteria completely out. Meat preserved this way can last 6 months or more in cool storage. What's brilliant about this method is its sustainability. Nothing gets wasted, the meat is preserved, the fat serves a purpose, and even the crispy bits left over, called cracklings, become a delicious snack. It's a perfect example of the Amish philosophy of using every part of what nature provides. Before electric refrigeration, people built refrigerators into the earth itself. Amish root cellars maintain consistent temperatures between 32 to 40 degrees year-round, creating perfect conditions for storing cured meats. These underground chambers use the Earth's natural insulation to create stable, cool environments. The construction of a proper root cellar is both art and science. Ventilation must be perfect. Too little and moisture builds up. Too much and temperatures fluctuate. The Amish have mastered this balance, creating spaces where cured meats can hang freely, allowing air circulation while maintaining ideal preservation conditions. These aren't just storage spaces. They're food libraries where families keep their preserved treasures. Imagine opening a root cellar door to find hams, sausages, and bacon hanging like edible stalactites, each one representing hours of careful preparation and months of patient curing. When winter arrives, the Amish turn the season into an ally. Outdoor freezing uses nature's deep freeze to preserve large quantities of meat without any electricity. It's like having a giant freezer that costs nothing to operate and never breaks down. The technique requires understanding weather patterns and proper protection. Meat is carefully wrapped and hung outside, protected from precipitation but exposed to freezing air. The extreme cold creates ice crystals that actually improve meat texture by breaking down muscle fibers, resulting in more tender final products. This method works best with larger cuts that can withstand temperature fluctuations. The Amish often combine outdoor freezing with other preservation methods, using winter's gift as part of a comprehensive food storage strategy. Pemmican represents the ultimate survival food, a combination of dried meat, rendered fat, and sometimes berries that can last for years. This Native American innovation was perfected by the Amish into a nutrient-dense powerhouse that provides sustained energy without spoiling. The creation process involves drying meat until it's completely dehydrated, then mixing it with rendered fat in precise proportions. The fat acts as both preservative and energy source, while the dried meat provides protein. Some versions include berries for vitamins and natural sweetness. Properly made pemmican can last decades in cool, dry storage. It's like having a time capsule of nutrition, compact, lightweight, and incredibly nutritious. For people living off the grid, it's the ultimate insurance policy against food scarcity. Air drying transforms fresh meat into jerky that lasts for months, while concentrating flavors into intense, satisfying bites. The Amish have perfected this technique, creating products that put commercial jerky to shame. The process requires perfect balance of temperature, humidity, and air circulation. Meat is cut into strips, seasoned, and hung in well-ventilated areas where natural airflow slowly removes moisture. The result is shelf-stable protein that's both delicious and nutritious. What makes Amish jerky special is the attention to detail. They understand how different cuts behave during drying, which seasonings enhance preservation, and how to achieve that perfect chewy texture that makes jerky irresistible. Even traditional communities adapt useful modern techniques. The Amish have embraced pressure canning as a way to preserve meat in sealed jars that last for years. This method combines traditional preservation wisdom with proven modern safety techniques. The process involves cooking meat under high pressure in sealed jars, creating an environment that destroys all harmful bacteria while locking in flavors. Properly canned meat can last 3 to 5 years in cool storage, providing families with ready-to-eat meals that require no refrigeration. This technique bridges old and new, showing how traditional communities can adopt beneficial modern methods while maintaining their core values of self-sufficiency and sustainability. These preservation methods reveal something profound about our relationship with food. While we've gained convenience through refrigeration, we've lost connection to the natural processes that sustained humanity for millennia. The Amish remind us that sometimes the oldest solutions are the most elegant. Their techniques don't just preserve meat, they improve it. Salt curing develops complex flavors, smoking adds aromatic depth, sugar curing creates perfect balance. These aren't just survival methods, they're culinary arts that transform simple ingredients into extraordinary food. In our rush toward technological solutions, we've forgotten that nature provides everything needed for food preservation. Salt from ancient seas, smoke from burning wood, cold from winter air, acid from fermented fruits. These aren't primitive tools, but sophisticated preservation systems that work in harmony with natural processes. The next time your refrigerator hums to life, remember that it's a recent invention in humanity's long relationship with food. The Amish prove that with knowledge, patience, and respect for natural processes, we can preserve food in ways that not only maintain nutrition and safety but actually enhance the eating experience. Their methods offer more than just preservation techniques. They provide a philosophy of food that values quality over convenience, tradition over innovation, and the wisdom of working with nature rather than against it. In a world increasingly dependent on technology, the Amish way of preserving meat stands as a testament to the power of time-tested wisdom and the enduring value of simple, effective solutions.